Nation building is the goal and the task of all Pakistanis and those who love and care about this nation. You know, we're still a young nation, yet the people are as intelligent as anywhere in the world. I think more resourceful and more resilient, and certainly gracious and hospitable. So our goal is struggling to build both an economy and a stable, mature democracy. One important key to both is education, and more particularly not only the quality of education, but the kind of education. And Adil's already spoken about that a bit. We have tried to prepare you for both career and citizenship. That's what a good liberal arts education will do. This is a time-tested formula that through the centuries has been proven to produce people who are good leaders and good citizens. So we hope that we have been able to prepare you well for your career and for your role as a citizen. We hope also that we prepared you well to live a life of quality no matter how you make your living. And if you've adopted the core values of this college, and if you really have become a self-directed learner, we can be sure that you will have a good quality of life. Now, for the next few minutes then, I'd like to speak briefly about both success and career and our responsibilities as citizens. The key to your success in your career does not depend primarily upon the content and how much of your major you really know and remember, whether it be business, economics, mass comm, political science, biotechnology, whatever your major might be of the 20 that we offer. You need to know enough and have enough skills so that an employer is well advised to hire you because you'll be good value for the money he spends. But your success in the job will be much more determined by your ability to think independently and creatively, by your ability to solve problems, by your ability to communicate effectively, and perhaps most importantly, by your ability to keep learning the new things that you're going to need to know to advance successfully on the job. Your success will be more influenced by your work habits and your character. When I first became president, I interviewed 100 corporate leaders and asked them, what are the things you look for most when you're hiring a new person? And I've repeated this question many, many times since. And the answer you get is almost always the same. Integrity, dependability, reliability, be a hard worker, be willing to adapt to the culture of this corporation. It's a constant theme by all the employers that I have met. So your work habits are going to be crucial to your success. So too is your character. Now, if you've adopted the core values and are people of integrity, who respect and are able to work well with other people, are committed to fairness and justice and service, those characteristics will serve you well. Also initiative, persistence, patience, and the ability to accept disappointment without becoming bitter or depressed. Those are aspects of character that are every bit as important, I think more important, than the knowledge you have of the content of your discipline. Now, Pakistani needs good leaders who share these core values, and there's challenges and opportunities for each and every one of you. Pakistan needs leaders in all fields with these values. Business leaders who are innovative and entrepreneurial and will result in productivity gains. Researchers and practitioners who will improve the quality of agricultural output in Pakistan. Good teachers at all levels who don't teach how to memorize, but teach how to think and how to communicate effectively and how to solve problems. We need researchers who will help develop alternative sources of energy and solve the energy crisis in this nation. We need government leaders who make wise decisions about the allocation of resources. And we need people in media who seek the truth and report it fairly, and do not report false information. Now, whatever field you go into, you can make a difference if you have the kind of values and the work habits that we're talking about. So let's shift our attention to your role and responsibility as citizens. We've tried through our general education program, our core values, to help you be good citizens. Pakistan is still trying to find its way to a stable and mature democracy, one in which you have co-equal branches of government, the legislature, the executive, and judiciary. So let's think together about some of the things that are important for a successful democracy. And the first, I think, is widely shared value. Al-Qaeda-Azam, when this country was first founded, articulated 3 values: unity, faith, and discipline. And if every citizen of Pakistan really embraced those and kept them in proper balance, we would be a different country today. But democracy also depends upon other values as well: integrity, respect for other people, trust, a commitment to finding justice for all, opportunity for all. These are values that undergird any successful democracy. Unless the political leaders give a higher priority to the welfare of the nation and its people than they do to their own welfare and ambitions, a democracy cannot function effectively. Government will not be as effective as it needs to be. So therefore, you, as you become citizens, and we already are citizens, need to be sure you find and support leaders who believe in meritocracy, who really want people to get jobs to be able to do them as well as anybody else, rather than using their opportunity to get jobs for incompetent people who may be family or friends. You need to find and support leaders who put the welfare of the nation above their own personal ambition. You need to find and support leaders who abide by and respect the law and do not think they're above the law. And as we together find such persons, and there are many out there, that's the majority in Pakistan, things will change in government. Government cannot flourish if our leaders are corrupt, and there's no easy process to replace them fairly and transparently and in a reasonable time frame, which is why free and fair elections are important, but also it's why the judiciary is important. And as an equal branch of government, the judiciary is the one that really can ensure the fact that there are free and fair elections and that government can function effectively. Similarly, democracy cannot flourish if we don't have effective law enforcement and a judiciary. If the laws are enforced equally and fairly and consistently, we have a problem. So, as citizens, you need to work well with government leaders to be sure that the law enforcement agencies are, in fact, fulfilling your needs as citizens of Pakistan. Finally, democracy flourishes only when its processes and procedures are well followed. Boycotting is not democracy. Verbal and physical brawls don't help democracy. But people who are reasonable and reasoned and principled, who are willing to discuss the issues on the basis of principle and their convictions, but willing to make compromise when necessary to bring about progress for the country, those kind of people can make this form of government work and work well. And that, of course, is what we see as citizens of Pakistan. And for democracy to flourish, there has to be a capacity for people to be free of speech and a free press. We have that. There also needs to be freedom after the speech, so one need not be afraid of confronting controversial issues and speaking out in truth on the basis of one's convictions. And so collectively, together, we need to stand up to those who do not favor free speech and do not allow people to have different opinions from their own and try and impose their will on other people. These are all things, and it takes courage to do that, the things that collectively we can do as citizens of Pakistan that will truly make a difference and make a difference quickly. And I believe the young people can be in the forefront of what has to be done and what I think will be done. Now, we've done our best to provide an outstanding education for each and every one of you. But ultimately, the quality of your education is determined by you, by the amount of effort and hard work and intelligence that you put into your task. We hope that it will serve you well. So as you graduate today and take your leave from us, it is our hope and our prayer that this is just the beginning of your education, a process of growth and discovery that will last a lifetime. It is our hope and our prayer that you will find meaningful work and have a successful career. It is our hope and our prayer that you will be well-informed and active citizens who will help Pakistan achieve a mature and stable democracy. It is our hope and our prayer that you will be concerned persons of compassion, deeply involved in finding solutions to the problems of society, and that you will be active in the search for truth and dedicated to that truth. Seeking to correct problems, it is our hope that you will analyze issues, demand evidence, weigh it carefully, respect facts, and be open to alternatives. And it is our hope and our prayer that you will act responsibly on the basis of your convictions, fulfilling leadership when you have that opportunity, helping to choose wise leaders, and following wise leaders when you have that responsibility as well. And it is our hope and our prayer that you will grow in your devotion and faith in God, and that you will see your life as a chance to use your opportunities and abilities to be of service to God and to your fellow human beings. By love, serve one another.